One of the reasons I think that I came to meet Balanced View was really to find a solution to what I could see as something that was unclear in myself in terms of how I can deal with all my thoughts, emotions, sensations, and my deep wish to be clear and stable, but in a consistent way, and to be able to be of service and benefit to others. So this is something that I wanted to find since a very young age. And also I could see it very clearly. I come from a place called the Middle East, if you heard about it, and there I could see, wow, it's not just my own thing, but basically all of humanity needs a massive upgrade in terms of the way we use our intelligence, the way we treat each other, but I had to start with myself. So meeting Balanced View and actually meeting the community of Balanced View, I could see for the first time in my life stability, sanity, and peace that are not dependent on positive thoughts or positive feelings. And I could see really people showing up consistently, powerful and clear, open to be of service and benefit. So that was even before understanding the training. This is something that really touched my heart, because all my life I wanted peace and I wanted stability. And the direct introduction to our peaceful nature is being provided day after day for newcomers, and also a refresh for those of us who've been involved for a while. But the introduction to our peaceful nature, what we call here open intelligence, is very simple and direct. So if we stop thinking for a moment, we can see what remains. Alertness, the power to know, clarity, and this is open intelligence. What allows us to see, think, feel, sense, emote, all of that. There's a basic state that is unchanging, a basic state that is stable and reliable. And within that, there are many thoughts and emotions and sensations and experiences streaming in. What we call in Balanced View data, just to give it one term, to simplify it, to reduce it to its essence. Open intelligence, streaming data streams, unpredictable, ever-changing, ceaseless. And when we look at our own direct experience, and you can take a moment to see that, is it the case? I have so many data streams, ever-changing, and then I have a simple choice what I want to do in every moment with that, in each and every moment. And the choice that is given here is this: once we've been introduced to open intelligence, we can come back to this instinctive recognition in short moments, repeated many times, until the instinctive recognition of open intelligence becomes continuous at all times. And I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that such a simple practice can be possible to someone who is complicated as me. Very complicated, in terms of the stories that I told myself about myself were very complicated. Why do I feel certain things, and why I behave in certain ways, and who to blame, and this and that, and always trying to manage that, micromanage my experience in a very dedicated way, in order to come to a point where I can feel free and relaxed. Because we all want to be free and relaxed. And to know that it's possible in every moment, that's kind of amazing. To know that it doesn't depend on what we are thinking or feeling, it's even more amazing. To know that we are supported by the Balanced View, if we're interested, we are supported and empowered to recognize it even in challenging situations, that we have 24/7 empowerment network just for our own empowerment and for the benefit of all. That's incredible. So this is what we offer here in Balanced View. Many of us have been taught many things about ourselves, and many of them are wrong. Like that we are fundamentally flawed, that there's something wrong with our thinking and with emotional life and so on. And it gets really complicated when we try and dive into that. Like, for example, when I felt sad in the mornings, for example, which was a recurring thing for most of my life, just like feeling sad and then happy and then sad. So let's take the sadness as a data stream. What I used to do is really to analyze it a lot and think about it, why it's there. And when I grew up a bit and I read some books and I practiced a few things, I tried to meditate it away. I tried to watch it until it dies. I tried to replace it with positive thoughts and emotions because I thought they're of the better quality. And all of these things led me to be more self-focused and more self-concerned, because once I achieved a place where I was not sad anymore, then I thought, okay, I'm done. And I was always like looking to the sides of my mind and my emotions and all of that and hoping that it won't pop up again, because then it will mean that I'm a failure. And obviously it did pop up. And then I felt like a failure. And meeting Balanced View was just like the complete relief in a short moment. A complete relief, a moment of complete relaxation. A moment of complete perceptual openness, freedom in immediacy of perception. That's amazing. And what we see there very directly in our own experience, that this sadness that I just took, and you can replace sadness with your favorite morning data stream. It can be hunger, desire, arrogance, pride, whatever you wake up with. So when this comes up, and then I could see, wow, it's just like the training says, it's like a line drawn in water. It self-releases. I don't need to do anything about it. All the hours, days, months, years, decades that I spend into analyzing myself were just like a waste of time. They were a nice head trip, but in terms of bringing complete resolution of data streams, of feeling mental and emotional stability, this didn't come about by doing so. And I had to be clear with myself. And being around other people who are experiencing the same stability, enjoying it, it's very confirming. And this is the community of Balanced View. It's very confirming to know that we have the option, that we have the most important choice in every moment. No one told me about it. People told me I should be happy, I must be happy, I must be open, so sometimes I felt I'm closed. But no one told me, regardless of what you're thinking right now, you're perfect exactly as you are. Just relax for a short moment and empower your wisdom, insight, discernment, clarity, potency for the benefit of all. You know, that was something that really shifted my entire way of looking at myself and looking at the world. So the sense of victimhood came to a stop. The sense of feeling a victim of my own thoughts and emotions, my data streams. Because again, take a moment and look at your own experience. How many thoughts you had just now? How many of them would you label your best ones? How many the worst ones? How many the ones that you don't really notice? And then try to relate to other people based on this premise that you all day need to think about that. It's very... now conflicts, they make sense. We can understand the source of them. Lack of recognition of our innate, perfect, open intelligence, which is at the basis of everything. And being in the Balanced View training, you don't need to like or agree to everything you hear. We actually say, don't believe what you hear. Try it in your own direct experience. See if this is the case or not. And when I heard things initially like, you're perfect as you are, open intelligence is a vast expanse of potency and benefit, I was like, I don't believe it. But I kept showing up and I tested it in my own experience. And now, humbly, I can say, and I could say it after like a couple of months of trying that, I could say, okay, I'm open to see if this is the case or not. And now 10 years later, I can see it's definitely my experience. All the things that I heard and I couldn't understand fully, now I can see that are my experience. And there's no end to the profundity, to the ease in everyday life. This is what people want. And when we look at the world today and we see so many conflicts, the ability to feel everything fully is also innate. The innate, spontaneous compassion that comes through allowing ourselves to feel everything fully, rather than avoiding, indulging, replacing and emphasizing our data streams all day long. This leads to confusion and then when people feel like the way you feel today, maybe, you know, angry and irritated or overwhelmed, they would act on that. They will use this energy in a harmful way. But you and us, all of us, we have the choice to allow this potent energy to be as it is without modifying it at all. And from there, clearly seeing solutions that will be of great benefit. Do we need more violence? Doesn't mean that you can't have violent thoughts and emotions. These are perfect as they are. But when we rely on open intelligence, we have a choice. Before Balanced View, I would never say I was an arrogant and angry person. Never. I looked at the arrogant people and I said, I'm never arrogant. You know, it's not my experience at all. And I'm never angry. I couldn't understand. And after participating in a training called the 12 Empowerments, then I started to see, okay, wait a moment. In terms of my statement that I'm not arrogant and I'm not angry, new things started to come up in greater intensity because I was no longer there trying to rearrange the display. And it's of great relief to know that open intelligence is inseparable from all data streams. All data streams. When we speak about unity and harmony, it doesn't mean that we are unified and in harmony just with positive data streams. It's unity and harmony with all data streams. And that's how peace really comes about, and that's how peace becomes obvious, one moment at a time. See how we can use our mind in a most beneficial way. And it doesn't require effort, and it doesn't require thinking. It just requires showing up. Whether, again, you like what you hear or you don't like what you hear, or you're indifferent about it. Show up and see it in your own experience, how everything shifts to be potent, beneficial energy in every moment. I'm not comprised of only beautiful thoughts and emotions. I can write a book and tell you what I'm thinking and feeling if I really look into that, and you'll be like, why is he here on the stage? Or you know, why is he smiling? This person needs to be somewhere else, maybe locked somewhere. But I'm no longer afraid of the content of my thinking and feeling. I feel completely comfortable and stable, and I know that I'm empowered in every moment to outshine whatever seems to stand in the way. Like the beautiful sun in day like now outshines all the planets and stars. They're still there, but they are unseen. And this is the experience also with open intelligence and data streams. What was so obvious before, you know, in your face, dragging you from one place to another, now is just a beautiful display of light and openness. And it's a very connected place to be with other people. So when you love everyone, like you said, and it's just very natural to feel great love to all beings. Suddenly to feel, wow, I really love myself for the first time. You know, in a not based on my moods. That's quite amazing. And then it's impossible to not feel the same towards others. And it doesn't need to feel, you know, like you go around and hug everyone and have sex with everyone. It's grounded in the deep knowing that we are united as open intelligence. And this is definitely what the world needs today. Unity, spontaneous unity, altruism, deep understanding, a way to put an end to the conflict. And it starts with each one of us. So each short moment that you take is of great contribution to world peace. Again, you might sit there and think, oh God, help me. Why do they say it? Can't they keep it simple? But really, look at your own experience and see. Each short moment that you take is contributing not just for yourself, but for everyone. And you can start with your immediate environment. Like when I started to take short moments and rely on the empowerment network of Balanced View, I became kinder to myself and also to my granny, to my mother, to my father, to my girlfriend, to my brothers. We used to be so cynical and you know, always poking and all of that, and then to see, wow, I can be with them in a completely new way, open-heartedness, like you described with you people you meet in the street. I went back home and I was meeting them from a completely different way. And I felt warmth and openness that wasn't available before.